When I was 18, my first job, I was working like 50 hours. I was saving up and stuff.
Wait, say it again.
I was working like 50 hours. Within about 6 months, I was able to save up about 10k. And it was like every time I had my paycheck, at a minimum, I put down 1k.
New episode featuring Daniel Coleman, Gabriel Sion, the legend himself, Wes, and me, the backup dancer. Please like, share, subscribe. Wow, look at me, sound like some mad freshie. Like, share, subscribe before you go into the video. By the time this video dropped, we're the past 25k.
Wait, look at this one.
Hey, Wes, for 25k video, you have to put your face in ice bucket of water. You have to, man. Do it for Ashton Hall, man. Just, you know. So for our 25k video, we're gonna have Wes put his face in the ice bucket of water.
Okay, this one.
Let's go viral.
Why mental health?
Mental health.
Yeah, why?
Straight in. Well, because I used to struggle with mad anxiety. And then when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of prison documentaries. And that helped me understand people. And I did sociology, so I had a like multifaceted view to like people and why they are the way they are. Because I used to think like if someone was bad, they went prison, they need to stay there. They don't need any like benefits or whatever. But then I started to watch Beyond Scared Straight.
Okay.
And then the parents are taking the kids, but then when you hear every kid's story, they've been through a madness. They've been neglected. They've not fully been given a chance. And then as they've still been taken there, no one's really helping them. They're just trying to scare them. So that is what I'll say that was kind of like the catalyst to me starting to look into mental health, looking into like, well, at the time I was looking into childhood trauma because it was like, okay, that's kind of what I'm going through. I'm going through anxiety. So yeah, I started to go down that road.
How old are you?
22.
22.
Yeah.
That's a pretty young age to be getting into mental health, right?
Yeah.
I don't think much people are talking about or dealing with that. So who is Daniela? So break it down to who are you?
Danielle.
So Danielle, apologies.
It's very complicated, but basically, I was born in Holland, grew up in Ghana with my non-biological parents.
Okay.
Yeah, my biological mom gave me to them when I was about 2, and then she was in Holland. She went back to Holland, and then.
Can I ask why? Do you think she done that?
I think.
And how has that affected you?
Therapist Gabs, you know.
It's a lot of different. I think honestly because she knew she couldn't take care of me, but then she was married to her husband when she had me, but her husband is a white man, and then I found out who my biological dad was when I was 13.
Okay.
So before that, I thought the white man, her husband, was my dad.
Even though you're not like Wes.
Yeah, but
okay,
you know what? Yeah, because.
No, I'm just kind of sorry.
Wes was about to say something. Wait, you were going to say something.
That's fine.
No, I'm trying to
say something, Wes.
At the age of 13, she didn't kind of clock until she got a bit older, not realising that obviously.
Yeah, so up until I was 13, and the only reason I found out was she took me to one of these pastors.
Okay.
When this time she was back in Ghana, and he was like, "Oh, do you want to see your dad?" And then she was like, "Oh, the last time she saw her dad, she was 2." And I'm like, okay. And the car ride home, I'm asking, okay, so who's my dad? Then she's like, "Oh, remember when you were younger? Remember when you were younger? I used to show you this man's picture on Facebook, but I don't remember that." So obviously that has happened, but before that, like growing up with my non-biological parents, that was actually like a lesson because I had no stresses in life. That's how I didn't deep that. How can this white man not be my dad? Like very like privileged childhood, and they were like the foundation that they gave me was grounded within God, helping people, and actually like living within purpose, the way they did things. So those are a lot of things that I kind of took on as well. So within that, there wasn't as much harm done.
Okay.
But then the thing is, my biological mom, it's like she would come and go.
Okay.
So when she comes to Ghana for a bit, I used to go on weekends. And then there was a time where I was in year 2. She came and then she said, she wanted me to start living with her again.
Okay.
So they literally moved me, they changed my school and everything as she's come to move back to Ghana. And then she's like, oh, I'm going to Holland for 2 weeks. 2 months passes by, she's not back.
Yeah.
But then at this time when she leaves me with a different family member that I know them, but it's not like my non-biological parents. So one day I just called and I'm like, can you come pick me up? So it's like this continuous neglect. And then also when it comes to like the initial neglect when I was 2, only because of the research and stuff I've done, is that would have been like the first point of like something traumatic happening, because even from the womb trauma kind of start to affect you as well. And the thing is, throughout like my childhood, there were times where my biological mom would promise certain things, but she wouldn't like follow through. So that's when I started getting used to disappointment. So it's like, even though she might say she'll do something, it's like she might not end up following through. So it's a mix. I had the healthy side with my non-biological parents, but then with my biological mom, I had that unhealthy side. So when it comes to me, I think the way it ended up affecting me was that I had high functioning anxiety. So I'm always showing up, I'm always doing for others as well. But then
when people let you down, you're not too fussed about it.
And then also I'm going home, I'm having anxiety attacks, I'm stressed, and then I'm overextending myself. I'm not setting boundaries with people, I'm not saying no, because it's like, you're basically taught that when you do something wrong, love will be taken away from you. When like you're shamed.
Repeat that again.
You're taught that when you do something wrong, love will be taken away from you. So like even schools in Ghana, when you get something wrong, you're either like caned or you're getting like licked or what's it called? You're shamed. But we're not realizing that you're showing that anytime that you attempt something and you don't get it right, you're going to be like shunned, by everyone else. So those little things started to make me a people pleaser. So because I don't like feeling shame when I disappoint someone, but it was all those little things that came together to start to build up. Yeah.
Okay. So that's a lot to digest. Now, with the attachment styles that you've now created, or that you've now adopted, would you have preferred that your biological mum stayed away, or would you prefer that she was in and out?
I would say more stay away, because you know what, up until when I was older, like we had a calm like kind of relationship. I was like, oh, that's my mum, this and the other, but it got a bit more, I think she started to listen to bare different people, so she started to kind of make erratic decisions. Because even before I came here,
to England?
Yeah, to England, because I came like 2016.
Okay.
She took me from living with my non-biological parents because someone told her that they were trying to take her away from me.
Okay.
But that was because I didn't want to go to her place, because she kept on taking me to these pastors and they were just saying bare madnesses, and I didn't feel I didn't feel comfortable like being at her place. So I started to not want to go, but my non-biological parents were like, she's your mom, you need to go.
Yeah.
So when I was even coming here, she told me I was gonna stay with my grand-auntie, which is like her dad's like sister. And then I came here, went straight to my biological dad. I don't know this man from anywhere, like respectfully. And then also he's Muslim as well, so there was a culture clash and religion clash. And I don't know what she told him about my non-biological parents, because certain times he'll cuss them, and then I'm like, no. Like, one thing about me, I don't care if you cuss me up, but when it's people I love, that's when it's kind of like, I don't care if I'm talking back. So there were a lot of arguments and stuff, but it's like, someone's raised your child for how many years, and you can cuss them. And the thing is, the way they raised me, I can say for a fact my own biological family members would not have taken care of me like that.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like, a lot of the time, you know that family members, when they take care of other people's kids, they don't treat them like their own. There's certain people that don't even know I'm their kid, that I'm not their kid.
Yeah.
And it's like, just that respect for them, because like, if it wasn't for them, I could have gotten into so many madnesses when I came here.